Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and it feels like we are at the eve of war, playing Hearts of Ironfall as the Soviet Union over here, and the German Reich is starting to look extremely scary. Now, these guys, we've been beefing them up and giving them enormous amounts of benefits through the setup, so they've been cranked up in completely. And just look at them now. So they have about 300 factories compared to our 200. They have about 300 Nazi divisions that are going to descend on us, so that's not really great. And Navy, I don't care about that much, but they do have about, let's call that 6,000 fighters or so, and that is very significant. So yes, plus 1,000 close air support, plus a couple of heavy fighters, plus a couple of bombers. So yes, that is extremely difficult. I wonder whether that is the same number. Probably it is. So yeah, most of them are Messerschmitt Bf-109s, the famous Messerschmitt actually. So yeah, that's a lot of aircraft over there. So oh my, we are gonna have to see about that. So we, on the other hand, don't have 6,000 aircraft. We only have maybe half of that if we are being generous over here, and that includes a lot of very old planes, I would say. A couple of I-16s, somewhat as was historically the case. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. We do have air raid a couple of forces against the German front over here. We basically have 3 army groups, one directly on the front line over here, one sort of in sort of spaced out a little bit behind the first river line over here. Then the third line is where we really hope that we can hold them. Overall, that should be around 300 divisions as well, slightly more maybe, let's say 400. But are they going to be as tough as the Germans are? I do not know. So we are going to have to see whether that is going to be something that we can achieve. We are training up a lot more units as well. That should be another, let's call that 150 or so divisions that we are training up here. Plus a number of smaller garrison divisions that I don't really want to count to the same extent. So yeah, we also got about 40 divisions that we have sent towards the east. There is one group. Oof. You're covering a lot of ground there, my friends. Okay, we need to change that up a little bit. Ah, see, that's where the missing guys need to go. Right, there were 4 guys here that I couldn't just, for my life, find where they are belonging. So you do belong over here. Right, so you guys, all in all, let's change that up a little bit. So I think it's fine if you actually cover all of this area here, and you don't need to cover Mongolia itself. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab, let's say, a quarter of you guys, and your job is also going to be to support here the defense of Mongolia against these other forces. It's only going to want to be a very thin line. You know what? Let's take 2 more. But yeah, it is at least something. Now we don't have any division down here, so let's at least put 1 there. Right, so whether or not we're going to survive any of this, I really don't know. I've never played against such an aggressive German AI, but I think it's going to be extremely interesting. We are training up a lot of fighters. We're going to lose some of them, but I think it's going to be alright just to have some better stuff as well. Now, before we go ahead, let's change up a couple of our division templates. What I would particularly like to do is change up our garrisons here. These are the guys that we're actually using to suppress partisan activity. And I think, thinking about this, and hear me out, I don't think armored cars are very good at suppressing partisans. Now, yes, Paradox said that they would be very good units for that, but are they really? So let's have a look at that. So these guys do cost, do we see that anywhere? Yeah, they do cost 60 armored cars. That's fairly significant. They do provide suppression of 3. Now, cavalry provides suppression of 2.4. Not that much worse. Not that much worse at all. And cavalry only costs 120 infantry equipment. 120 infantry equipment against 60 cars. Now, how much does it cost to produce an armored car? We can easily check that. So over here we should somewhere see the armored car. Yeah, there we go. So this is costing us 6 per unit. We need 6 industrial units to produce a single unit of an armored car. On the other hand, infantry equipment, that's a 10-to-1 ratio. So infantry equipment, much cheaper than the armored cars. So 60 units of armored cars cost us about 360 units. 120 units of infantry equipment cost us, I don't know, much less. So Yeah, I think it is quite clear that we want to go for infantry equipment and actually not use the armored cars for anti-partisan duties. I think cavalry is perfectly fine doing that. Now, how does that interact with military police? Military police is actually kind of expensive. We should see that somewhere over here. Oh no, okay. Well, if we remove it and add it back, I think we can see it. Right, so it is not inexpensive. 40 infantry equipment and 10 support equipment. 10 support equipment is actually kind of a hefty price. But I think it just makes sense to get one and then fill that out with as much cavalry as you can, since it's with the new system it's sort of a slightly different setup than it was before. So yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead with this, and I think that's fine. That should give us some resources back. Now the other thing I want to change is here in these mechanized forces. I want these to be at least combat with 20, so let's add an infantry unit over here, and since we are here already, let's beef these guys up at least a little bit. I think with some anti-air would be lovely. We have a little bit of anti-air. It's not that much, but still I think it's useful. Right, I suppose, well, support artillery would also be lovely, and I think so would at least be... Now here, I think this is a much better use for armored cars now. Or we could actually even use these guys over here. That would give us a slightly better armor value as well. 3 suppression. Slightly lower organization, but you know what? I think that's all in all a very good choice over here. So yeah, let's do that. That should be fine. Let's go back to our guys over here. So you guys will now lose up a little bit, but not too much. And likewise, I think you guys will be losing. So let's actually make sure to train you up. Can I undo that? Okay, because you guys haven't really received all of the reinforcements yet. So yeah, there we go. Okay, now it should work. Cipher for Germany, fully decrypted. That is also very nice to see. You guys will also be training up now. Okay, that's good. How are we looking in terms of our material? We are a little bit short on fighters. Infantry equipment is all good, so that's lovely. Scout planes are a little bit shy on as well. But other than that, it looks fairly okay, actually. So yeah, that's nice. Good. Oh, we don't have a national focus set. Now, we of course want to do something, and we want to go for lessons of the war. That's going to give us a little bit of doctrine, and that should also be nice. Right, no template, and no enemy cipher is being decrypted. Now, I think we probably want to go for Budapest over here. And you know what, we are going to just... don't think there's any benefit of ditching that, but it's paused anyway, so yeah, let's go for Hungary and see whether we can get some intel on these guys. Now, I'm not seeing that many troops on the border yet, but I think that is fairly soon going to change very significantly. Okay, concentrated industry done. Let's go for construction, because we are in fact building up a lot of fortifications down at the line that we do want to hold. So yeah, I think that is a good choice. Low manpower? No, it's not. We still have 1 million men. We are a little bit shy on aluminium though, so that is interesting. Right, what do we want to do then? I think a little bit more in terms of scout planes would be okay, and aluminium we'll have to buy. Let's say... well, none of these really appeal to me, so yeah, I guess we'll have to go and simply ask the United States. And that should be okay though. Good. Right, other than that, lessons of war, done. Improved artillery, done. Good. So we have all of this stuff now. I guess we could produce better anti-air or anti-tanks. Now, we are more or less done over here. We could do some funny things, but really I don't think they're that important. Mounted infantry is nice, but honestly it's not critical at all. Right, so better light tanks would be an interesting choice. And let's keep that in mind. Land doctrine, I think we are researching that. Yes, we are. So that's fantastic. Industry, really again, there's not much that we can or want to research over here. All of this stuff is okay. Well, it's ahead of time, so I don't think we want to do that. And neither is any aircraft stuff really due. So yeah, I think actually artillery here is fine. Let's go for slightly better AA pieces. You know what, let's go for slightly better anti-tank pieces. I'm really not sure that we are going to need that, but we might as well want to try. Keep that up a little bit better. Okay, lots of Germans now appearing on the border. Yeah, I think it's soon going to be the case. Are we still building in... I didn't think we were. Okay, fine though. Yeah, let's start to produce a little bit more anti-tank stuff. Assembly line done, also very nice. Yeah, let's then go ahead and also do the AA stuff. Should be fairly quick and nice and easy, and give us a little bit of a boost. Right, how are you guys doing? You're still training up over here. It's going to be about a percentage point a day. We are gaining some army experience. That's lovely. And we've got a lot of stuff over here. So let's grab... Okay, let's grab half of you. Form you into new army. And then let's say 3 of you are going to be allocated to that. And 3 of you are going to be allocated to that. Lovely, perfect. So you are now a decent force over here. Are you? Yes, you are. Indeed, it looks like they don't really have that much stuff over here. So, in fact, what we might want to do then is... have you been allocated to something? Seems you have. Okay, where are you? Okay, no, you're just going over there. Yeah, and you're the new guys. Okay, so let's grab 2 of you. Allocate you to that. And then all of you guys here, they do have sort of an offensive plan like that. Everyone here has an offensive plan that sort of goes into here. Yeah, it's slightly awkward, but that's okay. Right, and then we've got a couple of divisions over here. I suppose what we could do is, first of all, you guys here should be recognizing that that is your sort of insignia, since your only bear is basically garrisons, and yeah, why not? Okay, and then you guys here, you're going to be part of this now. Delete that, get you down here, and make sure that you understand that your job is going to be to guard on this front line our friends in Mongolia. And just for sort of the sake of it, all of you guys can actually form some sort of offensive plan. I very much doubt that we're going to get anywhere against Japan, but it's an interesting idea. Right, likewise, you guys are actually a defensive unit, and I think your job is going to be to guard area defense our coastline here against any sort of German intrusion, specifically on Leningrad, but also on just sort of Finland over here. So I think that is okay, like this. Right, your job is going to be to guard basically this, and you can just do some with some old dude. Right, there we go. Fantastic. Good stuff. Are we recruiting any more defensive units? We are not. We might as well do so though, so that would be great. And I think we can add another unit over here, so that's great. Yeah, let's train up at least 24 more of these guys. That I think should be okay. Now, what equipment can you actually carry? Yeah, let's not use the most modern equipment for you. I think just older equipment is perfectly applicable to you, and that should be very much okay. I wonder whether that will actually re-register for any of you guys. Well, you are carrying very old weapons anyway, so that's great. Good stuff. Right, and you guys are all sort of guarding your front line over there. Yeah. That's an okay setup, I would say. Okay, some guys need to come down here. Yeah, a lot of our guys are sort of reshuffling all over the place. But that's okay, I don't want to micromanage it too much. And there's no cost associated moving around. How can we get more free military factories all the time? I'm not producing any. This is curious. What's going on over here? Let's start to build a little bit more like that. But I'm not producing any. I'm not constructing any. I'm only constructing fortifications. And I'm realizing that these are soon going to be done. Which is nice. Okay, so that is a decent line. We are producing just a token defense on these areas up over there. That's okay. Let's make Riga into fort. That should also be fortified. And I'm guessing we could build up another fortification line up here, so that even if we're being flanked in these areas, we might have some defenses. Although they're sort of on the wrong side of the river. And you're going to be super exposed because you will be able to be attacked from 3 sides. Yeah, but with these 4, I think that's going to be okay. So, over here is not really... You know what, let's build it like that. So that we have another defensive line up over there. Over in this area, I think we are relatively fine. I don't expect us to be holding any of these areas. There's no point where they can actually easily bypass a river, or we could build up better fortifications to prevent them from bypassing. So yeah, I think it's okay. Where we could build up something over here, but again it's plains, so I don't think it's that viable. Anyway, let's continue to do it this way. I think that is fine. Good. Yeah, more and more Germans. Obviously something terrible is going to happen at some point relatively soon. Hopefully you guys will be ready by then. Yeah, at least this is only going to take 3 days or so. Do we have enough light tanks? We have a couple. It's going to go down. Yeah, it's going. All of these are going down as we are training up, but that's okay. Unassigned divisions. That's lovely because these guys are actually very nice. So we have got another group of let's call these guys guards. Not yachts, guards. And you deserve actually a decent general. It is going to be you. Lovely. There's the justification of war against us. The German Reich. No, the traitors. Who would have known? Yeah, we sort of expected. Okay, so where do we want to put our guys, these guys? So, I do see that Turkey down here might very soon suffer a lot of trouble. Yeah. You know what, actually these guards, well, I would like to put them some other place. Where are you guys actually? Oh, interesting. Interesting. So you're super dispersed. So you see, what's happening when you do an offensive plan like this is the AI will sort of spread out army by army. One army, one army, one army. So all this guy does is organize a couple of armies into place over there. So that's interesting. Whereas this guy over here, on a field marshal offensive line, he's a defensive line. He sort of intermixed that with everything. So that's kind of interesting that that is happening over there. Well, anyway, so let's try to find out who is not part of this front line then. Because I think it is saying somewhere that this is only, you can hardly read it, but there you go, 96 divisions. And that must be more, right? That must be 120. So one of your armies is not included in that. And that's you guys, because you have a defensive line that's slightly in front of that. Well, okay, fair enough, I admit. Right, and you guys are down on this part of the front line. But you know what? These are mountains. So what we're going to do is we're going to take army number 14 over here, which at any rate is sort of an additional army. And you guys are going to get over down here and help out the Turks. I'm expecting that the Romanians are, or the Bulgarians are going to join relatively soon. So that's okay then. Let's delete these front lines here, and let's have the guards occupy this. And about 5 of you are going to watch this part of the... Well, that's weird. At least that's not what I intended. Yeah, just like that. You know what? I think 4 is fine. The other guys are going to go there. Fantastic. Good stuff. So we are training up a couple of more of you, so that is okay. And you know what? Since this is going to last, just how long is it going to take? Do we know that? I don't think we do know that. If we click on the Germans, do they know that? Do I see the Soviet symbol over there? No, it's just the non-aggression pact. Right. War against the USSR. 70 days. Do we have 70 days with you? July, May, June, July. That would just about work. This one wouldn't. Okay, that's alright then. And you, my friend, are going to be part of this group. And you guys actually don't have a job. Huh, curious. Well, I think it's alright if you stay in reserve here for a little while. This is all marshes and muddy terrain. Yeah, that's okay then. Right, let's have you come up over here as well to Vilnius. And then you guys can train up a little bit at least. Yeah, I think that's okay. You guys have trained up back to speed. That's good. We are seeing these tanks being trained up as well. That's nice. How we're looking in terms of medium tanks. Still have a slight surplus, so that's okay. Going to continue to train these up as we are going up ahead over here. Let's also see on the other guys over here. We are training up a couple of tanks. How long is it going to take? July, well, and September. All of you guys? July. That's okay. You guys sooner than that. Good. Right, we're down to 900,000 men. We are seeing an unknown number of Germans, but so I'm thinking what we should do is we do have a couple of recon planes up here. We are going to take these, we're going to transfer them towards, let's say over here, and operate them over Western Poland as well. I think that's fine. Right, how are we looking in terms of research? A couple of things that will be done before the Germans come in. Vast offensive among them, which is going to be hugely impactful. Hugely impactful. This is super, super important for us. Alright, we have very little in terms of army experience, but that's alright. Okay, and there we go. Another army. I think that must be number 14, I want to say. No, we have 15 already. So, that must be... Where's number 14 then? 11? 9? Oh yeah, this is 14. Okay, this is 14. This is 15. Then you guys are new one. And you're going to be number 16. A number we always write in capital letters. For whatever reason, because we once did so. Good. Okay, and you here are an infantry general, so that's good as well. Any particular place where we want to place you? There's, well, the Pripyat marshes are still uncovered by any sort of unit. So that is, just look at that. 18 divisions from where? 22 divisions. You guys are tough. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to push you back. Okay, let's establish another front line over here for you. Sort of beef this up. Yeah, I do want to go for a non-aggression pact with Japan. We've learned our lessons of the war, so that is a very important change. All of the other ones are now not quite as important, I would say, but we're going to go with Research City anyway, and let's go for Military High Command. So I think air combat training is going to be important, as is going to be close air support no, amphibious no, airborne no, concealment we're going to go with, that should be okay, and Chief of Air Force at some point we should also do. Although I'm guessing you're all dead. Yes, so it's only... Oh, you're good. Air superiority plus 10%. Well, I didn't know that. Okay, fine. Let's take a look at our aircraft. So our Air Force here, you guys are good. So yeah, let's make sure that you're flying over here. You're providing air superiority, that should be okay. You guys should be doing the same over here. It's only 400 planes over here. Where are all of our fighters? So we've got 1,000 down here. We've got 600 over here. You should definitely try to get over Poland in some fashion. Okay, let's have you come down here. Gonna fly over here. You are also going to fly air superiority. That's okay then. Right, and you air superiority. So that's 1,000 planes here, 600 there. So that's 2,000 planes up in the air. 2,500. Let's get one further group up here. And the last one, you're standing by, I think, to central Poland is also a good idea. Oh, sorry, eastern Poland. Yeah, and let's make sure that all of this is during the day, because I don't want to take losses. That would be hilarious. Right, same here. Daylight fighting only, please. And you. So that's okay. And then we've got a couple of naval bombers. You could actually move over here, I think. And then you'll be ready to engage in the upper Baltics. Let's actually grab our submarines over here. You guys are all part of this fleet. Okay, can we turn you into a new fleet? Okay, let's grab you. New fleet here. You. Don't know where you are. Right, let's get you. Let's get you. Ah, okay, you're down here. That's okay. You guys up there. Okay, you are going to merge up. 40 submarines there, and we don't really have anyone. Bold, career officer. Yes, let's pick you. And you are at some point going to go venture out into the upper Baltic Sea there, and then, well, basically patrol there. Right. That about settles it up here. With the Navy, with the Air Force. Don't think we have that many other Air Force groups. You're flying over the Ukraine. You're going to provide air support there. You're going to provide air support over here. You two. You guys are all transferring. That's okay. I think we have a couple of tactical bombers up here that we probably want to transfer to, let's say, over here, and you're also going to operate in the Baltics. Daylight bombing only. Yeah, I don't mind our fighters going out at our recon planes going out at night, but everyone else should be doing daylight missions only. Good. Logistics, anything that we need to be concerned about? Fighters, we do have a couple in reserve. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. Infantry equipment, we have tons in reserve. We have a little bit of motorized equipment, armored cars. Looking pretty alright, I would say. What we could do is turn some of our guys here into support anti-air or other things. Support anti-air or support anti-tank. I'm afraid the Germans will be extremely tough. We don't know what exactly their infantry template is, but it looks like... Yeah, no, we do know. So it's support artillery, support engineers, support anti-air. They're actually carrying some artillery in their divisions themselves. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, but soon we need to change this template here because once we have the new vast offensives over here, I think there will be a big change. More unassigned divisions. Okay, that's another 3 armies, I would say. Or can I do this in any sensible way? Not really. Okay, so just needs to be somewhat ugly. Okay, 3 more armies. That is actually not too bad. So that's army number 17. Number 17. Army number 18. And army number 19. Oh. Do want to be consistent. Right, so let's pick generals for that. We are running out of generals fastly, actually. And all of you guys are a little bit stupid. But anyway, let's go for them. Don't have much choice. Right, so I think we need a new army group here for you guys. So let's make sure that we are getting that. And it's starting to look a little bit funny. Oh no, sorry. You should be part of this. Okay, let's do it this way. I think that's slightly easier. 17, 18, 19, 16. Then we have a couple of guards. Suppose you can also be part of this. And just because I like my things to be in order, I'm going to do this slightly differently. Just so that they are here in the right order. Yeah, there we go. That's looking much better. Right, do we have any... Ah, this is starting to look very ugly. So we don't have any field marshal, do we? So we need to promote someone. Well, I mean, the sort of natural choice would be Sukhov himself. He's an extremely great guy. Organizer, infantry leader, winter specialist, hill fighter, infantry expert, media personality. Could get him winter expert. Don't think we need that. Skilled staffer would be good, but he's very far away from that. Trickster would be nice, but honestly it's not that critical. So logistics wizard planner or thorough planner. All of these would be kind of nice as well. So you know what? We are going to go ahead and promote this gentleman over here. And then he's actually going to be part of Frontline A. So you're going to get this command. You are going to be... So we're sort of passing you guys down. That over here. Okay, that's fine. And then we do need a decent general for you. Thing is, of course, we do not have any decent generals left. Are you guys here commanded by any general by chance? I mean, a good one. You're what? You're level 3. Kirill. Okay, so Kirill is gonna get command of army number 1. Congratulations. If we do find him. Kirill? What's that? Are you? No, you're part of the... so we have another Kirill. There we go. Fantastic. Good stuff over here. So, that being said... How much... I think it's in July. Okay, so I can run the game a little bit faster now. Yeah, this is definitively not true. This is not 63 German divisions. I think this is much, much, much more. And look at that. We have another army group over here. So that's army number 20 now. So, yeah, I think we are starting to see some advantage over the Germans, at least in numbers. So that is appropriately, very much appropriate for the Soviets, I would say. So, yeah, let's have you around over here. You can't be part of this now because they're already done. So, yeah. So, basically, we'll need to find a way to deploy this other army group here as well. And I suppose what we're going to do is we're going to shift around things here a little bit over here on the very front line over here, so that you guys are a little bit taking up some of the blunt of the initial assault that we're going to see here definitively at some point. So yeah, let's actually move these guys down here. I think that's alright, so that you're basically covering only this area here. And I don't think you'll ever get into position to attack, but just for the sake of it, let's put it like that. And then you guys up here. Who is this? Army number 16. You're part of this now, aren't you? Yes. Okay, so let's get rid of this command here. And let's ask all of you guys here, except for the guards. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So only the guards do have a different order. So you guys, your job is going to be to have a front line from here towards over here. And you're sort of all moving up that way. Fantastic. Good stuff. Anti-tank upgrade. Nice. Let's immediately research the new level of anti-tank stuff. That would be fairly nice. How are the Germans doing? About halfway done. We're actually seeing low supplies as all of our guys piling into the front lines. Just how many divisions do we have? Do we see that anywhere? We do see that probably over here. Yeah, so 600 divisions also against 300 Nazi divisions. Is that about it? Army intel, 304. Right, we have got our operatives over here. They are all super buzzed out. They have deeply, deeply infiltrated Germany. I think we are going to strengthen the resistance one more time over here. In specifically, I would say Lublin. And we do want to pick the guys who can do that. So that is you. And I do think someone else. Commando? Linguist? Someone was good at this. Seducer? Commando? And just sabotage. Okay, let's pick you. Still considered risky, but I think we do have a lot of bonuses, so let's do that. Anyway, some of you guys will now go away soon. I think that's you. Oh, better anti-air stuff. Also nice. So we've researched that now. Still 1941, so yeah, we might as well do this. So we're shooting down a couple of more. Well, but on the other hand, I would really like to do this here as well, and it's only 182 days. Yes, it is ahead of time, but ahead of time isn't too bad if you get a big bonus out of that. Armor. Oh, we do have a big boost on that one. Yeah, also the light tanks would be somewhat nice. On the other hand, just jumping ahead to the T-44, it's only 236 days. That's not a long time. Yeah, but you know what? I think we want to go for this. It is a long time, it is a little bit ahead of time, but only 180 days, so yeah, I think this is still a good research, and it's going to boost our capabilities by quite a bit. So yeah, let's try to do that anyway. Free civilian factories, because we've done a lot of land fort building, which is nice. So yeah, but still we are seeing a lot of forts over here. And I think we are just going to try to get everyone to level 3 over here, at the very least on the northern part. So we've got all of that, and that would be lovely indeed, so that we have a good line of defense here in the north. Not so concerned about the area behind the Pripyat marshes, but everything else should hopefully hold out a little bit better. I guess we can go for level 5 down there as well. Right, yeah, there we go. That being said, this episode is taking way too long, but next time around we will see the Germans attack, so let's see how that turns out. We've got a 1,000 divisions that are going to clash against each other here, and we've got a lot of operatives in their rear, so let's see how that is going to turn out. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.